The fifth point is a good manager. You must have a reliable and experienced farm manager for your follow-up. Because if you don't have a reliable fish farmer who is experienced in the business that manages your farm, as a beginner, you are going to run a very big loss. When you start initially, you will think that it's a very easy thing to do. You just think to give them feed, you change water, but it's very, very way above that. For you to be a successful fish farmer, you must start with having a good farm manager. Someone that will know when the fishes are not responding to feeding, when their feeding pattern have changed, a manager that will know when the fish is supposed to be fed, the best time to change water, the best time to administer them drugs, the best treatment to give to your fishes whenever there is a slight detection that they are no more active as they used to be. You must have a manager that has eyes on ground, that knows the business. When we talk about having a fish farmer manager, we talk about having someone that has what is called sense of ownership. A manager that has sense of ownership, that we look at this and say, assuming this is my farm, will I allow this to go this way, or what should I do? Somebody that can work independently, somebody that can be able to know what to do at any point in time when there is a change in the behavior of your fishes. If you are seeing the outside water, and when you don't have someone that is very experienced on them, you may hardly observe that they are sick. You may hardly observe that cannibalism is going on. You'll be hardly understand that you need to sort them. But having a good experienced and a reliable manager, someone that knows the business, you'll be able to understand that such a person will be able to know the appropriate time to sort your fishes, the appropriate time to change water, the appropriate time to feed the fishes, how many times to feed the fishes, and how many to give the fish at a particular point in time, because the feeding varies, and the feeding of the fish will start from 1.5 mm, 0.8 mm, 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm. As the fishes are growing, their feeding are changing. Everything is changing. But when you don't have a good manager, if you have someone that is inexperienced, the person may start giving your 2 months old fishes 4 or 6 mm, which is very bad, which will lead to the massive death of the fishes. You have someone that cannot be able to say this is right time to change water, because a good manager will know that any day there is changing water from the fishes, is not going to feed them before changing the water, and after changing the water, you stay up to 2-3 hours before you feed the fish. If not, the feed you are giving to those fishes that time are all going to waste. So that is what we talk about starting fish farm business in Nigeria. It's not an easy thing, and it's not something you can just wake up in the morning and say, yes, this is what I can do. You must make sure that these 5 things are in order, that we have made provision for them, so that you will not be carried away. Now, lastly, when you have made provision for all these things that I've listed above, number 1, we talk about getting a space where you will do your farming, getting a good location where your fishes will not be exposed to any risk of attack, any risk of, in any form. A good location, a nice space, getting it ready. Then we talk about, the second thing we talk about is getting your structures ready. That's your ponds, making your ponds, if you are going to use concrete pond or tarpaulin pond or earthen pond, making sure they are ready before you proceed to the next level. Then we talk about the third point is making sure that you have steady water supply. Making provision for water supply in your farm is very, very necessary, because fish is water and water is fish. Without water, fish cannot live. Fish can survive without being fed for days. and weeks, but fish can survive without water within 48 hours. Once you bring fish out of the water, keep it there a few hours. In less than 24 hours, the fishes are gone. So you can see that the life wire of fish farming is water. The primary thing you need as a fish farmer, you make provision for it, is water. Without water, there is no way. Now we talk about the fourth thing, which is making provision for waste disposal. You must getting pit, digging a pit where you can be disposing your waters that you are flushing out from the pond on a daily basis. The essence of doing this is so that the environment will be conducive for both you, the farmer, and your workers, and the people living within the vicinity that you are doing your farming, so that nobody will contaminate anything, and the environment will not be smelly, and everything will be okay. That is the essence of making sure there is a channel, a waste disposable channel in your farm. Is very, very important as water too. Now we talk about the fifth thing, is getting a good management in your farm. Getting someone that is experienced, getting an experienced farmer who knows what he or she is doing, who knows what it means to manage a fish farm, who knows what fishes need at any point in time, who needs when to treat, the type of treatment to give. Is it source solution treatment? Is it bitter leaf solution treatment? Is it any type of solution, or natural solution, or artificial solution? Somebody that can be able to say, yes, this is what the fish need at this point. Getting it ready is really necessary before you can proceed in starting your fish farm. Now, when all these are ready, you can now proceed in getting your fingerlings, in bringing your fingerlings to your farm and start nurturing them. That's when the main work of fish farmer starts. When you are bringing your fingerlings, you will see your fishes moving inside the water. You will see them, you say, wow, I'm here, these are my fishes. That is when the main job comes. That is the last thing in the list of starting a fish farm business in Nigeria. Now, a point to take home as a starter is that if you are starting your fish farm business for the first time and you are going in this business as a beginner, it's very, very advisable that you don't start with fingerlings. You start with what we call juveniles. Instead of bringing fingerlings to your farm, you bring in juveniles, because juveniles have a survival rate higher than fingerlings. Juveniles can survive more. There are minor mistakes that might happen as a beginner. You can be able to control them when you are starting with juvenile. But when you are starting with fingerlings, you can come up one morning, a slight mistake, all your fishes are gone. So to avoid that, always go for juvenile. At this point, I believe that we have passed a strong message. I believe this is helpful, and I hope you find this content helpful. And if you find this content helpful, please share this post for it to reach wider audience. As you are sharing this post, you are helping Lacus Farm to grow. Fish farming is a very lucrative thing, and it's very nice. And when you venture into it and start seeing fishes as pets, it's interesting. You'll be surprised to hear that you start seeing fishes as pets. You will be like, wow. So that's why I say like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, bringing you this information from Lacus Farm. Bye.